Hello traders, hello everyone, and welcome to our new video analysis in where I will mostly focus on cryptocurrencies. As you know, we are seeing a very sharp reversal to the downside for the last few days. Actually, that's a continuation of weakness that already started here 2 weeks back. So this current weakness is now just accelerating, probably due to sell-off on stocks. Because people and investors obviously are looking to go into safe havens. And as I said several times in the past, I cannot imagine someone to have an investment in already very speculative and volatile markets like cryptos if same investor will put their money out of stocks. So in my opinion, this is now just accelerating the weakness when we are seeing the risk-off mode. So if there will be more risk-off moves, I think that and more fear overall, I think that this will impact the Bitcoin to see towards much lower prices. Also, then you have inflation fears, and Fed could give us hint about potential tapering this week, and this could once again drive the US dollar higher, meaning Bitcoin again could be a reason for some sell-off. Now, what we are seeing here on the primary chart, which we've been tracking for a while, you have these 5 waves down, very clear in my opinion, and then you have this quite sharp and deep correct, but still potentially corrective recovery for 61.8%. Now, this is the ideal fib level, and also always when you have these 5 waves down, well, that's the direction which you want to look for. Okay, so in my opinion, there is actually still a risk that we will revisit this June 2011 lows. However, I always have some backup plan because I know that cryptocurrencies are very, very volatile. Either we will continue higher after this dip into this even more complex wave B, or maybe this is already a stage of a wave 2 pullback. Okay, but notice that in either case, we were expecting this weakness that we are currently observing. So the only question is where this market will now stabilize. Will this be around 37 to 40,000 area, or as I said, will this be below these June levels? In my opinion, for the short-term traders, I think that they should see a bounce from this area for this market to continue to the upside. So even myself, I mean, I will be observing this region. Let's say that we are seeing that we are going to see very sharp price back close towards 50,000 in impulsive price action. Then, of course, I think there can be some short-term opportunities on the long side. But if this level, the same zone, super zone, will be taken out, then of course, watch out for more damage here. For long-term investors, I think that probably the most easiest approach is just to observe the cycles. Okay, and what I mean by that is just wait on a very deep and big pullbacks before you want to be maybe placed on investment in one of the coins. So what we are looking here is actually showing you the chart where we have seen a nice resumption higher after market has seen a pullback of 70 or 80 or maybe even more percentage here. So this was the case here back in 2015. It has been the case back in 2018 when market bottomed here. Then again, 70% of retracement was seen here last year before market recovered. But notice that current drop from the highs is not in 70%. It came down only for, let's see, 50%, a little bit more. So in my opinion, if you are a longer term investor, maybe whenever we see this type of a pullback, that's when there will be a new cyclical opportunity on this market. So this 70% or 80% of retracement goes very nicely with the current Elliott wave look here, the primary look, where I said that we could continue lower for a wave C. And why this is my primary look? Because as I said already earlier, we have a very nice and strong 5-wave drop from a new high, and that's probably the most important signal you can get for a bear market. Now, also, let's take a look here on this Bitcoin futures gap chart. I've been showing this a few times. I call it a gap check map. And notice that a few times when we have seen a gap, of course, market firstly accelerates away from the gap, but then sooner or later, when there is a price stabilization, you will see a reversal back into this gap because of obviously unfilled orders in that area. And what we are seeing currently is a reversal lower after the market has filled this gap that occurred here in May. So now we have the open one right here around 33,000. So I'm not saying that we are going straight to that level, but there's something that seems to be quite important based on this past price action. Also, let's take a look here on this CryptoQuant data, where you have this all exchanges reserves are still at the lowest levels here for the last 12 months. Actually notice that market has passed these these levels here from start of May, okay, or end of April, when actually Bitcoin has printed a new all-time high, but you are now below that level. So what it means? It means that there's still not a lot of fear on with crypto investments. Okay, there's still a lot of Bitcoins that are not in exchanges wallets. It means that those Bitcoins were still not transferred because of potential fear. Obviously, you want firstly to make a transaction from your wallet to the exchange wallet before you want to sell your Bitcoins, right? So that's not the case yet. But because we are at such an extreme, well, I would not be surprised that we will see a shift into this direction. What this means, if the traders, investors will try to sell their Bitcoins because of the recent sell-off that we see because of the fear, obviously this could even accelerate the current weakness on Bitcoin, like we have seen that's being the case here at the end of April and start of May. So obviously, since we are now here at these lowest levels, I would not be surprised to see something similar here. We will see, of course, where this market will be seen in the next few days. Of course, it's a delayed data, so I'm sure that we are going to see a response to the upside. Traders, thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.